And good evening. Good evenings, boys and girls. Plane shifters of the world. Hello. Hello. Let me see if I clicked every button I need to click. This one, yes. This one, yes. This one, yes. This one, yes. Okay, let's try. Boom. Again, only the top of the head. Fuck. Okay. I don't know why, boys. There is something definitely broken with this. But we don't care. We don't care. We're gonna fix it. Look at this. Okay, so I guess also the other view then is broken. I don't know why it happens, boys, but it does. It does happen, so it's kind of broken. How are you today? My side okay. My side fine. So yesterday we worked a bit on the Dryken plane, and today we're gonna continue with that. We want to make the environment a bit nicer to see, nicer to look at. Hello Tony, hello Marcelo. Welcome. And yes, obviously also this one is GG. I have no idea why it's not saving this thing. I mean, why it's not saving the positions anymore? I have no idea. Okay. Do we have a picture of the day? We do. That is a picture of the day. I think it will take me years to change all the picture of the day to be Unreal Engine ones. I think it will take me really a lot of time. So something that I found and I was just looking at right now is this Northern Light thingy. Did I download it or not? I think I did, huh? Yes, this one, Northern Light. Northern Light. This is an example of some textures and some elements that can be used to create that kind of ararara effect. Ararara, right? Now, where do we put this? I think we actually need to put it under texture somewhere. So I think let me put all of this under texture and then we will see what to do with it, okay? We will probably going to rename all of that, but there are also two FBX. We can try to import also the two FBX and see what happens. Okay, so in theory there should be these elements, right? And these materials. Okay, this is a plane that is similar to, okay. What is the resolution of this? Okay, it's a bit heavy, but it's okay. And then we can change it, okay? So this is just an idea, but we can change it. Okay, I found a tutorial which is like giving you some pointers to how to do this. And I think we are gonna follow it, okay? So I just need to, hello Hula. I just need to find out the way they did it. I think it's only one material, potentially. So we need let me see how many materials we have. Color 1, color 2, color 3. Opacity 1, opacity 2. Okay, I think we can start with color 1 and see what happens. Okay, we can just create a material, and I'm going to follow a bit of what this guy is doing. So he's taking this and he's taking the opacity texture. I have the tutorial open on my right on the other screen, and I'm trying to look at what he's doing. So I think the first thing that he did is to change it through blend mode translucent, right? And connect this one to the emissive color, because this is what is really making the difference, right? Actually, I think that the idea is to drive this with some parameters, so that we can have some parameters that we can use to decide how much, you know, emissive this thing is, and the second one will be the opacity, I guess. Yes, and this one is the opacity, right? So okay, now we can change the texture in the future, but now let me see the emissive. I think we need to set it. I don't know which are the values that is setting it to. Simple grass wind. Is using also the grass. I see. Which is standard in Unreal. Yes, it's standard in Unreal. And it's creating another parameter that is called wind. And he's connecting it to, actually it's connecting to all of them. Wait a minute. And he's connecting this to world position. Yes, he's connecting it to all. Now I want to understand then the values that he's using for this, because at the moment all of this is 0, 0, 0, but obviously we don't want it 0, 0, 0. I think they probably made then a blueprint to actually I made a material instance of that just to select. Okay, that's a good idea. So the idea is that this is the original material and this is the material instance. So you can have multiple material instances, right? And here you have the parameters. So you can decide the parameters, right? And I'm trying to understand which kind of parameters. I mean, we can try random parameters. We can try 1, 1, 1 and see what happens, right? Okay, 1, 1, 1 is like this. And this will be real time because it's moving a bit. Very nice. Okay, so if we use this color material instance now on our on this guy, right? Okay, I think it's giving a bit that effect. Now there is one. It's not too bad actually. Now we also have other examples, right? And can I expose the base the base texture? No, the base texture is not exposed. I think it would be probably better to have these two as parameters as well. because why not, right? I think we can convert both to be parameters so that we can drive it through the code, and also maybe we can even have it change. It could even change, but yeah, so now in the material instance I can decide a different emissive texture and a different opacity texture. Maybe we should name this thing properly, because otherwise I think it would be kind of hard to find them in our game later on. So let's go for everything Aurora. Everything Aurora, okay? So that we find it a bit more. And this one maybe we call it opacity 1, and this one we call it opacity 2. And yeah. Hello, Textix. Hello, welcome. So yeah, we do this. Now, if we can associate, maybe if we can create another material instance and we duplicate it, and this one will be color 2, right? And for color 2, we go, instead of this texture, we go, I don't know, with this one. This one seems to be too heavy for me otherwise, so maybe we can go with this one, and we can try to select the other opacity. Okay, and maybe for the northern for the plane number 2, also this one, maybe let's call them Arara plane 1. And Arara plane 2. Okay, so now okay, so now we have them. We need to associate this one to this one. I think we need to make the material double-sided though, otherwise, yeah, the material needs to be double-sided, otherwise it would be a bit hard to see and to position. So I think we need both materials. Color matte 1, I think I can do it two-sided. The tutorial was saying to set this to two-sided foliage. I don't know exactly what is the difference, but it seems that if I say two-sided foliage, it's just disappearing or not. No, probably because here is 0, 0, 0. I think as a default we can have 1, 1, 1, by the way. Why not? So that at least we see the result directly in the preview of the material. Yes. Yes. And yes. Okay. So yeah. So now you can see the plane. And you can see it also on the other side. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, we can change the colors if we want. We can make it more purple instead of red, right? But I think it's kind of cool already the way it is. So if I now, I don't know if the idea is to place multiple planes, multiple intersecting planes, or not. Let me just check. I think this guy is placing, just looking 1 second more at the tutorial, I'm trying to understand. Yeah, it's just placing. Static mesh. Oh my god, what did it do? There are a million nodes. Set so scalar parameter. Because he's basically changing them on the fly. Okay, so basically what he did, he put these objects inside a blueprint, like an actor, so that he can then change the scalar parameters dynamically. Which I think is nice anyway. I think it's a good idea because it means that we could do it also based on a kind of a timing. Otherwise, like if we place it like this, and obviously this thing needs to be scaled 1 million times, but right, because we want it to be very, very translucent. And yeah, the problem of this is the mesh, because the mesh is kind of square, you know, and the fact that it's square is not really helping. And I think it's a bit too strong. I think we need way more translucency. So I think that the parameter, I mean, now I exaggerated a bit with the scale, I have to say, but what I want to say is that I think we need to go way lower. Is the parameter visible from here? No. Enable material parameters. They are not showing up. You have to do it from the material. It's okay. So this one is using color material instance too. Let me try to go for opacity 0.4 or something like that. So it's way it's already better. The problem is the end. The problem is the end, because it's not really, well, I mean, you can put it with multiple planes, right? And you can have multiple intersecting planes or something. And so I think that if you have multiple planes with slightly different positions and slightly different rotation, probably not. If they are overlapping a bit, maybe we'll give that effect. Now the problem is that the player will move, and so we'll see. I think we need to change this opacity to really become more opaque on the sides, because at the moment the sides, at least with opacity 2, is really, as you can see, the texture is very visible also here on the side. Let me try with opacity 1, so which is the other plane. Plane number 1. Yeah, this one is better, even if now is still at the maximum, and so we can tone it down, but it's already better because he has yeah, because he has a better opacity on the side, while the other one is basically finishing with the full opacity. But I think we can even go lower than that. Now the problem is, how do we want to have this? I think that the way I want to have it is that this thing should look very, very distant and very, very big. So it's not something that should be in the level. I think it's something that should be like if this is the level, right? If this is the level, maybe it's better if I look it from the top or something. Yeah, maybe we can go in the top view, and from the top view, yeah, if this is the level, right? I think that our aurora planes should be like something like here, right? So pretty far away from the player vision, so that they don't look like, I mean, they look like distant, right? Very, very distant. And yes, exactly. So something that you will never reach. And they should look extremely bigger. Way, 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 way bigger than that. Like, I don't know how many times, but so many. So many times. Right? So that they look like something really in the distance. That's still too strong though. I think that that one is the... Why is still so strong, even if I think it's affected by light? It's still super strong. Probably because it's emissive. And which one is the good one? Aurora plane 3 is the one that is made of plane number... No, I needed the Aurora plane number 1. Aurora plane number 1 is the one that I like the most. Which is this one. So let me try to make this one way bigger. Let's go for I don't know, 20. Wow. Yeah, so something that doesn't really move compared to the player, right? So that is so far in the distance that even if you walk, you still see that effect. Now, I think it's moving very little. I don't know if it's moving very little because it's so far away, or if it's moving very little because it's too big. But the idea, yes, let me try to put it, I will just move it a bit closer just for just to see, but just to see if it's the distance, like he has an LOD and so it's not. No, it's really moving little. I think the amount of movement is probably based on units, and so if you make the thing super big, it will, but we can but we can try to increase the movement, huh? So the wind now is 1. Let me do like 9. I don't know, just a random number, but high enough. Okay, that is a bit too much. Even if the effect is not bad. The effect is super crazy. I mean, it looks like a beam lights. The effect is pretty cool. The effect is very cool. I don't think we want it this way, but the effect is insane. Do we want it this way? I don't know. Let me try. Now is number 3. Yeah, it's becoming a bit If you go above 1, it start to break the polygons. It start to break the polygons. Wind weight, wind intensity, additional WPO. I think we can remove this one, and this one we can have it as a constant, and we can have it as 0 just to see 1 second if that makes a difference. Hello Zian, thanks for joining and for the follow. Hello Mike. Yes, that mushroom is making you say weird stuff. I know. We are trying to make a kind of a space, well, not space, like astral plane, kind of astral plane effect, right? No, but if you go above 1, is anyway making a mess. If you go above 1. If you go above 1, it becomes wind weight, input vector color texture coordinate. How strong the effect should appear. I think we can swap this too, because wind weight. One is wind weight and the other is wind intensity. Wind intensity. I think we can make 2 separate parameters because I think we need to manage them separately. So wind intensity and wind weight. I think the wind weight can be maximum 1. While the wind intensity can probably be more than 1. By the way, if I go real time, I think I can see it. So that now we are 3, 3 and 1. At the moment we are 3 and 1. Yes, exactly. It is exactly what I wanted to do. So now it moves a bit more, but it doesn't break the polygons, right? So I think he's... Now the only problem is that the color of the I think we have a problem with the directional light. I think the directional light is too strong. Yeah, it is better. The problem is that the directional light, being directional, makes you okay. But anyway, I think do you like it or not? I mean, do you like the effect? I think the effect is not bad. I'm trying to understand, you know, where to position it and which colors to use, and but I think that if we can have, you know, a number of those, the problem is that they will look pretty much the same. So I think we need somehow to build different meshes. I think we need to build different meshes, because otherwise, now there is only a plane. Well, that's good though. Now that there are 2 intersecting, I think it starts to be a bit more of the effect that I wanted to do. Still, I feel they are a bit small. Even if they are already huge, but at the distance that I placed it, It still looks a bit small. Yeah, but I think is it still too strong? I think maybe it's still too strong. We need to tone down the opacity. 1.5. It seems that it shine anyway, no matter what. But I think it's nice that when you move, since I intersected them, they kind of change position a bit. Now, if you go down so much, you look as a cross and it's not very, you know, it's not very nice. But if we limit, if we limit the player movement, you know, pretty much to this plane and going a bit above. Now, the problem is that the ground is very different than that one. I think that the ground is too strong. I think we need to make the ground material with more opacity. Yeah, maybe a few meshes. Marcelo, I saw that you sent a rock thingy in the prospect channel. Are these potential new rocks to put into the... Let me see if there is a way to make this material opacity mask. Because it's masked. If I make it translucent, what happens? I think if I make it translucent, it will fuck up a lot. I think it's still calculating. But if I make it translucent, I can choose the... no, but if I make it translucent, I think I destroy it. But I could choose the opacity. And I could go for a 0.2 and see what happens. Because I think that the idea of this material is very nice. Very, very, very nice. The problem is that it's a bit too strong. And if I don't make it translucent, I cannot tone down the opacity. I mean, I really like the flux, you know, the fact that it's flowing like this. But I think it was better before my change, obviously. I think it was better as masked. Maybe we can have a few as masked and a few as translucent so that there is an opacity mask. Yes. The 0.2, okay, is not used anymore. So I think that here we are back to the original. My only problem is that it's a bit strong. Base color multiply 0.5. Maybe I can tone this down. Let me try a 0.2 and see if it becomes, I don't know if it becomes just darker. Maybe it becomes just a bit darker. Because it looks too solid. I mean, too plastic, right? I mean, while the lights down there have the kind of the effect that I wanted to obtain, which is a kind of a transparent. This one is a bit too solid. But yes, we need to make a few different meshes, and I think then it will be good. And I think also we should place those things pretty much everywhere. So I don't know if we want to keep this one. This one has the problem of, but just for fun now, let me try, you know, to just put it here and maybe duplicate a bit of this one. I'm going a bit randomly, at the moment. There can also be some in the distance, you know, and the only problem is that you should never see it from the top or from the bottom, otherwise it will look very bad. So even if I put someone in the distance, I think it should not be too low, because if it's too low, it looks fake. Right? But the idea is to place it basically everywhere, all over the level. I mean, they are okay. The problem is the black now, because I think the black should not be black. I think the black should be the black should not be black. I think we need a box with a material around all of this. I think we need a kind of a box. I mean, I can try to put a box and see what happens. I can try to put a box, and now the problem is that the box needs to have flipped. Well, if it's two-sided, it will work anyway, right? What the hell? I scaled it 1,000,000 times and didn't scale. No, in reality it scaled, but not enough. So I would like, just for fun, 1 second to associate to this box. By the way, I need to scale way more, which will be basically the container, the mega container. I would like to associate to it a two-sided material of the same thing, and see what happens. It will look kind of weird, I know, but it's just to understand. I think the box is colliding. I think this box was a test, so I can probably remove it. So this will be the container box. But a container box, the important thing is that it should not collide with anything. Otherwise, we go back to the same problem that, okay, no collision. We go back to the same problem, right? You know what? It's not too bad. I mean, maybe it's a bit too much, but it's giving this sense of something. Now the problem is that you can see the border. You can see where the box is ending, right? You can see the corner of the box, but that I think that we can fix. And also the sky should not be there. So I think that this the box should just be the sides. But I think it looks weird enough, you know. I think it looks better this way than the single panels. Let me try 1 second to remove the panels. Because, you know, these panels now are... I think the difference is the sides. That I really underestimated the size that I need. I think I need an insanely big sides panels to actually do what I wanted to do, because that's the effect that I was looking for. Let me make these panels like insanely big. I don't see where they are. I think they are here where there is more light, because they overlap, and since they are emissive, since they overlap. But yeah, I think the bottom should be empty, and the sides will be like this. And now we can tone it down. Okay, so we can go lower, and even if we are already at 0. But we can go at 0.05. I don't know. Very, very, very low opacity. Why they are pumping up? Depending where you look, because it's how the light is. Like if I look here, maybe because this is the eye adaptation. But I think it's not bad. I think it's not too bad. Yeah, we can add another layer of alpha noise. Yes, Marcelo, maybe we can. So if we, because for example, I think we have, for example, this one, right? I don't know if in the tutorial is adding. Hello, Raoni. Hi. I don't know if in the tutorial is using the noise, not using it. It's there, but it's not using it. But maybe we can use this noise, you know, we can have a panner on the, let me try. We can have a panner on on this texture. Is it, how was it? Is there a testux? No, it is a, wait. No, I think it's this, right? I think it's like this. But then I need, but then I need, I don't remember if I need to add those two or I need to multiply those two, but let me try to add it and see what happens. And then I want to pan the coordinate of both. No, I want to pan the coordinate only of this one, right? With a time that, I don't know. I have no idea. Let's say 1 and see what happens. Is it doing anything? No, why I put it in coordinate? I wanted to put it in speed or time. Maybe this is a bit too much, but it is basically going to create kind of a smoke effect. Holy shit. That's probably a bit that's probably a bit too much speed, huh? No, like this I would say no thank you. Becomes a psychedelic crazy thing. 0.1. 0.05. Okay. I think it's better. What? Wow. Wow. The clouds, I like it. The problem is the cube now. That obviously on the border of the cube, it looks super bad. I mean, in the middle of the cube, it looks like if you look there, you know, in the middle, it looks very nice. But if you look in the borders, you can see the cube borders, right? And that's not very good. But the effect is not bad, I would say. The problem is that if we have a panner, anyway, we are going to see the border. Unless it's a sphere. Unless is a sphere. Unless is a sphere. Geometry. Oh. No, you placed it in a stupid place. Can you place it? Can you place it? Can you place it? Yes, like there. And then we way more. Okay, we have our sphere. Fuck, the sphere is colliding again. No collision. I'm just, you know, testing a few ideas. I don't know if... Yeah, the sphere is much better. Now, the problem is that I need to remove all the other planes, though. I mean, it's just basically going to create a kind of a smoke effect, right? And I think that basically... I don't know if this is what I wanted to do, but I think that now all these planes are completely out of place because they really look like... they really look fake due to the... No, I think that what, you know what we can do? We can have the planes, but the planes should use the previous material. So the one without the panning effect. So I think we need to save this material. We need to duplicate this material and make one with the panner and one without the panner. Let me duplicate this. This one we'll call it panner. And from this one we will remove the panner. So one is without the panner, another one is with, right? Hello, Sean. Yes, Ron, I'm putting on a sphere. I think I read your comment too late. Hello, MMO development. I only wanted to have the edges of the effect or entire volume. I don't know. I'm just trying stuff to see the result, and then I will decide what I want to do. I want to create a scene that looks like if you are in the astral plane, so basically in another dimension. So it should be very like in a dream, you know, like in a dream with strange lights and floating stuff and things like that. Volumetric materials are cool, not too heavy. I think so let me just see 1 second. If we do so if we associate the panner to this one, so to the sphere. So the sphere will have the panner one. And the other planes that I just deleted, fuck. But anyway, the other planes. By the way, there is a big line. I think the big line is probably due to the UV. And there is also this big thing at the top. But I think it's okay. I think that could even be good for what we want to do. Or we can hide it with another plane of something. But then, do we still have the old planes or not? Or I deleted them all? I think I deleted them all, huh? No, in theory they are here somewhere. Aurora plane. One is here. It's completely invisible though. I don't know why. So this one should not use the panner, right? It's completely invisible because I think that now this one has too little, because I went down so much with the... Yeah, let me try to put back the opacity of this instance. Wow. The only problem is the top. That looks a bit weird, but maybe we can hide it somehow. An icosphere instead of a UV sphere. Is it a default one or because the only sphere I have is this one. I can go under geometry. I don't know if this one is a different I don't know if this one is a different mapping, a different UV, right? But no, this one is not something that we can manipulate. Yeah, but I have a million spheres mapped in a different way, so I can import it. We have spheres under mesh in the main project. Under meshes, we have, I think, mainly under particles, which is where we got. So here, if I search for sphere, there are, you know, different type of sphere with mapping: alpha sphere, semisphere, spell sphere. So I think I can sphere flip normals. Let me try to migrate all this sphere. Migrate. Yes, all of this to yes. So like this we can try different spheres. I don't know if the smoke is too much. So I don't know if I want to keep the It's a big question, eh? If you want to keep the darkness, you know, the darkness and the lights like that, or if you want to have the other effect like we tested now, which is like a super fog everywhere, right? I think you will feel a bit more lost if there is darkness instead of having but I don't know. Let me try spell sphere. I think that some of these spheres are scale pro are the have different UV, but I don't know exactly which one. I have no idea. The collision. The collision, boys. There is cut in two. Which is not even too bad anyway. I mean, I like the effect. It looks like an horizon or something. If I rotate it 90 degrees, wait a second. If I rotate it instead of this, right? If I rotate it 90 degrees, oh, why it became like this? What the fuck? The rotation is not. What? I don't understand. I'm a bit lost. So the 90 degrees are not doing what we want, huh? Why the gizmo disappeared? Because the... Okay. No, maybe it's too strong. Maybe it's too strong, I don't know. But it looks kind of cool anyway. Yeah, the horizon is too strong. I mean, it looks super weird. Is too much. But let me see if I really lower the... So this is the panner thingy. The problem is that, you know, if I lower the... panner material. Because this one doesn't have an instance, that's why. And so we are using these values. So now it was emissive emissive 1 and opacity 1, so that's why. That's why it was so visible. I mean, anyway, it looks weird enough. is still too strong. It seems that I cannot tone down the emissive. It seems that the emissive, when you start, you know, is good, like now, but then it becomes stronger and stronger because there is like the eye adaptation thingy, and so he's starting to pick up light. And so he's basically this looks very, very trippy. Nah, maybe it's too much. I mean, I think it's too much. But it was fun to test it. It was fun to test it, but it's a bit too much. So I don't think we can use this. I don't think we can. I mean, we can maybe use it in the sense of putting it somewhere in the distance. That maybe we can do. Not bad. Yeah, we will add the rocks. We will add the rocks. I'm just testing randomly. This is a you know, this is a random test. Not really test. These are completely random. Why so big? Okay. What is the other one? I think the other one is not visible because the UV are inside. Fuck. Or because I placed it. No, because I placed. It was big, but in reality it was not big. It looked big, but it was not big. And it was placed in a very weird place. They look a bit like planets, but I think if I put a particle as well, I think it may look better. But I think it doesn't look too bad. I want to click on it. I think it doesn't look bad though. Let me see it a bit closer. The problem is that it's too defined, you know? It's too defined. I mean, the border is super sharp, right? Because the background is black. And this is not helping. Disable auto exposure. Yes, there is a kind of an auto exposure, right? Because it looks like it is doing that. Is it on what? Is on the project or is on the level? I want to jump on it. I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. But it's not bad. The only problem is if it could fade away a bit, but it doesn't. I mean, it's very hard to make. Or you make a particle effect of a smoke all around, that is giving the effect, always facing the, yeah, I think the only solution will be to have a particle effect always facing the player with the same kind of texture, which is fading away with alpha, and then you will have a bit of a fading effect. Otherwise, on the black background, it will look super strong. What do you think it would look like if you did another sphere skybox but with negative colors? We can try. Let me try to add some rocks. Okay, so you created some rocks. Do you also have the textures on the rocks or no? I want to save it here. FBX. Okay. These are kind of weird. But okay. But it's fine. I think it's perfect on the... It's perfect for the scenery, which is weird as well. Okay. We can extract it to... I think we should make a new directory, but... like things. No smoothing information found. When you export it, you have to select edge, otherwise it doesn't work. I mean, it works, but it will be a bit... rock 1, rock 2. Why this one didn't extract? Very strange. I think it's just that the editor didn't refresh. I think it's just that the editor didn't refresh. Because it sees only 2 folders instead of... Yes, do whatever you need to do. I'm just opening it again. Because it doesn't see... What is the Dryken plane? The Dryken plane is the new monster? No, is a map, is a level that is basically the connection. Is the connection between the race's homeworlds to our world. So to the world where we have the game, to the game world. Right? It's kind of an astral plane, if you're familiar with an astral plane, but if not, it's basically another dimension which is warping a bit space and time and is allowing you to travel faster than normal. And it's something that I want the player to go through so that they understand that they are traveling pretty far. The The problem is how to make it look good, right? So at the moment I'm just experimenting. I'm purely experimenting. I mean, I'm not doing anything special. I mean, I don't have in mind 1000 triangle. I think is okay. Which kind of material should I apply to this? No, this looks really weird. No, because the texture is not okay. I think this asteroid has a different UV. Maybe this one. I don't know which one is associated to what. Rock 2 maybe it goes with Rock 2. Rock 1 maybe it goes with Rock 1. See. Was not that hard. Okay, so Rock 1 goes with Rock 1. Why Rock 1 we don't have... because we don't have a material made. We don't have a material made. No, we don't have a material made. So we need to make a material. And we need to add the normal map. And connect it. Let me put some music. Star Citizen 2. Easy. Well, our game is called Plane Shift, meaning that you can shift between planes. And so we are perfectly in scope. We are perfectly in scope. For our game. Okay, looks better. Yes, the problem of the edges, but I mean, considering it's a rock, I think can be okay. But it's because you didn't export the edges. You see that some edges that maybe you didn't want to be sharp, they become sharp kind of randomly, I think. But I finally understood the name of the game. Yes. It's always been like that, but we never told you. We never told you. But let's say that the shifting in the planes is basically only at the beginning, after the character creation. Then you're gonna stay on one plane for very, 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 very long time. Rock 1. Rock 1. The problem is the light, because at the moment we have a directional light. And so let me see it from close distance. I think we need a bit of diffuse light in the wall level anyway, otherwise it would look weird. But I don't know if the texture is okay compared to the... I still see, for example, here you see on the right, I still see some bad UV mapping. So it seems that it's not properly UV mapped. Looks like. But you know what? We have our Aurora thingy. Easy. Look at this. Wow. What the fuck is that? I don't know what is it, but it looks pretty cool. I don't know what is it, but it looks interesting. I mean, we can change the colors, but yeah, the problem with the transparency is that you can see the edges very, very strong now. I still think this place would be a great thing to use in conjunction with a higher level spell for fast travel. Maybe. In addition to... The problem is that from the roleplay perspective, this place is very hard to reach. By... I mean, we may change it. I'm gonna fall down. No, I don't know. Rocks. Let me see rock number 2. I don't know if I like the colors though of the rocks. I don't know if I like the color of the rocks. I think they look a bit weird. I mean, they don't look like I don't know. I think it's also the way you exported them, probably as no edges. But the material is weird. It looks a bit fake. I don't know. It looks a bit metallic and I can try to put the specular to 0. And the metallic to 0. I don't know if you have it like this is and the roughness to 1. And see what happens. It really looks like a space. It really looks like a space rock. Turn the effect into incorporeal creatures. Yes, I was thinking, I mean, we need anyway some creatures, right? And I think that effect was kind of interesting, but I think he's showing too much. He's really showing too much the polygons. I think it's kind of fun though. It's just the wind, by the way. It's the wind. It's just randomizing a bit the movement of the... I can try to make it... I can try to put a lower wind intensity. So it will not be that crazy. But the UV mapping is killing it, because the UV mapping is splitting this texture in a way that we don't want it to be split. So I think it would be easier, you know, to do what? I think it would be easier to take the sphere that we were discussing before and scale it like this and then apply the same material, and I think it will probably work even better. Exactly. It looks a bit like a flame of some kind, but I don't know if I like the colors though. I think the idea is fine, but the colors, because the color don't match this purple, and I think they are standing out too much. But at the moment, I'm simply experimenting, you know, just experimenting and seeing which weird items we can have. It's a bit hardcore in the character creation. Yeah, but I think that what we will have some guidance, you know, like you will not really be able to fall down too much. So like yesterday we did this physics thing that if you jump on it, is pushing you up again. Now it's not working for whatever reason, but in theory, did I position it right? Yes. Yeah, you are like flying like this. So I think there will be places like, for example, imagine this sphere, you know, maybe with the right color. Now the color is a bit weird, I know, but this sphere with the right color and this physics thingy in it, so that basically when you jump inside the thing, when you jump inside that thingy, you're going to fly up, you see? Ah, it's so nice. Ah, it's so nice. So you could have, I'm flying up and then I'm flying down again. So we could have like not teleporters, but yeah, kind of. My velocity is too high to get stopped by that. So the friction is, but this can also be a particle. And now I place this ball, but can be a particle effect coming from the bottom that looks a bit like a fountain, and so obviously you will wonder what's happening, you know, if you jump on it, if you jump inside of it. I think it works very well for what I see when you jump in it. When you jump in it, is working fairly well. No, it didn't. Yes, like this. But it needs to have anyway invisible. I think it needs to have anyway invisible walls. Otherwise, you will really go. So I think it needs to have like a particle effect at the bottom, and then this thing can also be, you know, very tall, and basically you will not be able to go outside of it because they will be, you know, there will be barriers that are like stopping you from is there an invisible material? I think there is, huh? So you will be guided a bit, right? So it will be like a puzzle. But I mean, I don't want you to become crazy in this place, but you want you to feel like you are really in a different place. Something that, why didn't duplicate it? I know it did, but the problem is that since it's invisible, I cannot see it. Holy shit. Okay, I'm just trying something like that and see what but you will not be able to enter then. Fuck. So we need a side where you actually enter into it. Otherwise, you see? Now I'm not. Well, I went above the top, so the top should actually not be taller than the panels. So the top should be lower than the panels. Otherwise, yeah, something like that. You see, I'm just going up, and then I'm going down again. So I'm basically flying in this zone, and there is no way for me to fall down in a bad place. And I think if you, well, except for the middle, I guess. But in the middle, I think we can do the same. We can have another invisible plane, you know, that you can. I mean, it's not very easy to design because, yeah, it's not very easy to design this thing. It's not easy to design at all, but I think it can be fun. I think it can be pretty fun. So basically the player will see, but so imagine there is a particle effect, okay? So that you see that you are pushed up, and then you can also go down. And I think the way you go up and down is very, very nice at the moment. It's super smooth. I really love it. So if you are in a particle effect and you're flying like this, I think I went outside for some reason. Okay, there is a way to go. There is a way to go out, seems. But I think that then we can put something at the bottom that is just pushing you up again, or right? I don't know how I managed to. Because I managed to fall down here. Like if I do it like this, it should not be possible. Because I fell down like here. Now, it would be a bit weird to be standing like this. Maybe we should let you go down. I like these spheres anyway. And I like the fact that I'm flying up. I just don't know if it's too confusing. But you will have this voice, you know, telling you what to do. And you will have also some, maybe some markers. I don't know, something that you need to reach. But we really need to design this level, huh? Because as it is now, I mean, we can use maybe this shape and I mean, keeping the shape, creating stuff around it, which is. I have a problem with the light, though. I need a basic light. I need an ambience light everywhere. How do I do it? I just put a static light, not directional, lighting everything. A skylight. You see, there is always a part where it's super dark. I don't want the super dark. I want a bit of diffuse light anyway. The skylight was for the reflection light, right? So I think it's correct. The problem is that we need to can we put a cube map? Is it working with a cube map? Yes, it is. Okay, nice. Yes, exactly. The problem is, you know what is the issue? The problem is that we will have this level in the same map of the main world, and so. Yeah, I think we will have no gravity. Yeah, I think it will be something like this. So there will be no gravity everywhere. But you will be constrained. I don't know if I want the player to be able to jump like this and reach another layer, you know? By the way, now with a new light, it looks very different. I don't know if it's too confusing anyway, but potentially. It becomes very confusing, like if you look now at the left, you know, when there are many paths, one on top of the other. When there are many paths, one on top of the other is becoming super confusing to look at. So, or we make the third one not transparent. Because actually this material is made of 3 layers. There are actually 3 layers under my feet, right? And they create this effect. Maybe the bottom one can be solid, so it covers a bit. Because yes, you can jump between one and the other. Assuming that you can. Assuming that you can. But I don't want to make it too hard, you know. I don't want to make it too confusing. Because if it's too confusing, we will lose players like immediately. Like they will go, fuck this place. I'm not gonna play this. I think those spheres are nice, but then we need... there will be so many people in this part at the start. Depends, I don't know. Depends how many people are creating a new character. But I think it's better if there are people in this level because they will be in the same chat. So we decided that we will have... so this is what we decided yesterday. So characteristic: fly, walk, swim, depending on the area. Visions, I don't know if I can do it, but anyway, creatures, some luminescent fog thingy, which is exactly what we have. Multiplayer, yes, but chat only within the Dryken plane. Multi-spawn start, random for each player, and one exit, and player can meet. You see players like Ghost, maybe, puzzle, no inventory, or auto inventory. So for sure we need to design the entity. For sure we need to design the entity. Now the entity to me should be or a giant face, or a giant mask, or a giant light, or a giant nothing. But it can also be... I think if it's a kind of a face, is okay, because anyway he's trying to speak with you. And I think that a face is something that a human can recognize. And so I think that showing up as a face is probably better than showing up as a crazy thing like that. But we can still do it, huh? I still like this thing anyway. I still like it. I still like the... I don't know, the rocks now are a bit better now that we have some decent light. I don't know if I agree with the material, but I think they are looking better. The point will be that we will need to put those rocks for sure into a blueprint, right? So we need to create a new blueprint actor and call it like floating rock. And the floating rock will have the rock. Which one was it? Was this one? Boom. And the only point is that I wanted this to be a bit like a platform. So something where you can actually use to stand on it. Right? It doesn't have to be a perfect platform, but I think it's something that is, you know, evidently a platform. And then, yes, instead of that, we can have our floating rock thingy. And the floating rock thingy can move or can float. I don't know if I really want to have a platformer kind of feeling, like you have to jump on a rock and stand on it, you know? But I don't know. We can have a timer. Will the sweep... No, because teleport will teleport, right? Teleport will not sweep. Teleport will not sweep, right? So I need... How do I make it move? Do I make it move with... no, with AI? No, please. Because I can do it with AI, but with AI is not the best idea. I need to interpolate, huh? I need to interpolate this thing with the actual location and the target location. And I have to do it with... But I need to do it on the tick then. I need to do it with the tick on the timeline. That is what I need to do. I think I did this already, just don't remember exactly. So we get the actor location and we get the... so I think that this thing should change the target location. Like every 10 seconds. It's changing the target location with a flip-flop or something. That is like plus 2000 minus 2000. Right? I don't know, I'm just inventing, I have no idea. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing. I'm just trying. Like one time is adding 2000 so 2 meters, and the other time is removing 2 meters, so it's basically going back and forth. And then the problem will be, yes, we need to interpolate in a, but we can change the curve, right? So that's not a problem. We can change the curve, and the curve can look a bit more, but anyway. So assuming that he reaches the new position in 10 seconds, but I think he will. Move 2, that doesn't use navigation. Move 2. There is an AI move 2. Or there is a move location, move to location. I remember there was one with sweep thingy. Move to location or actor. I can also try this one. You think that this one is doing is smoothly or is... No, but you see that this one is a target is AI task move to. So it's not... All this is AI. All this is AI. There is no move to which is not AI. All of this is AI. So no, I don't have it. So no, I don't have it. So what I need to do, I need to interpolate this thing between my current location and the new location. Right? The problem is that the... No, I will have to interpolate only the X though. I will have to interpolate the X plus the percentage between one and the one minus the other. Not AI. Hey, I don't have it, man. Do you see my screen? Move 2. Move 2 is all AI. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-bam. It's all AI. The only problem is how we do it. We need to take the current actor location and then add to the... I mean, if we know it, to the X, but I don't think we can do it in target location though. I think we should do the difference between the two. So this is basically the delta, right? I have no idea. I have no idea what will happen. Holy shit, I'm moving! I'm moving a bit far. Oh my god. I'm moving a bit far away. I think that jumping on the rock was a bad idea. Because this rock is gonna go... Holy shit. Super far away and super fast. I think it was a nice effect though. So if you catch the train in time, look what is happening, huh? In hyperspace. It's incredible how the engine works at this speed though, meaning that it's still calculating my collision on the rock. Then I think that here I'm outside of the boundaries of the level. So I'm like million kilometers away. So let's say that my theory kind of worked. It's just going a bit too quick. Get actor location. Target location. New location. Ah! No, wait. This distance is good, but then... Wow, this song! Warcraft! Pa-pam, pam, pa-pam, pam. Uh-oh. What happened? The engine crashed or something. I don't see my mouse. I don't know what happened, but the rock disappeared. And everything froze when I... Fuck, he already disappeared. Okay. What do you mean? No, delay. We delay 4 seconds, okay? 1, 2. Why is not here already? What the fuck? Set timer 10, move. Ah, because this one is starting anyway. And target location is 0. Wait. Mistakes were made, huh? We need to set target location equal to the current location, I think. Otherwise, it will disappear immediately. Because it's going to 000. Fuck, it did it anyway. No, it's there. Where did you go? Here? Huh? Fuck it. It disappeared. But anyway, I have to figure out how to move it, but I think that's the idea. I think the first time goes here. And then after 10 seconds. But it's not sweeping anymore. Why? Why? Pete. So basically at the beginning I said the target location equal to the actual location, right? Then I start the timer every 10 seconds, which by the way should be looping. And this is just flip-flopping between plus 2000 meters on the X and minus 2000 centimeters. So it's 20 meters. Yeah, let's do Let's do 2000. Let's do 200. So is 2 meters. So between plus 2 meters and minus 2 meters, right? And he's setting the target location as this. And then in the event tick, I'm trying to... but he's going to do it only once. I think when he's finished, he should play from start again, no? No? The alalas is a good example. What is the alalas? I can stand on it, so I see where I go. Ah, it's moving now. No. This calculation is not correct, boys. I said get my location minus the target location, which is a vector, and I'm multiplying this vector by the timeline which is going from 0 to 1, right? It's going from 0 to 1. So in theory is correct. And then on that value, I'm adding that vector to my current location, and then I set the actor location. So in theory should do it, but I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Set that to loop. This one I looped it, yes. I looped it now. But I think there is something weird going on maybe with this multiplication. Get actor location minus target location. You should go from -1 to 1. No, the idea was that you enter here and you take the actor location and you add 2 meters. Then after 10 seconds, you enter in here again and you remove 2 meters. So it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. No? Do you think this is not happening? Maybe it's not happening. I mean, it should be happening. I can print the location and see if it's if in 10 seconds. By the way, why is there? I have no idea. Bye bye. So in 10 seconds, now I want to see if in another 10 seconds it's coming back. No, the coordinates are a bit fucked up actually. The coordinates are completely fucked up. So it means that the tick is doing stuff even if it should not do it. So this part is broken. This part is very, 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 very broken. This part is very, very broken. So I get my actor location. Okay, we can do it simpler though. Because now we are moving only on the X. I think we can... You know, but I think the problem is because he's actually sweeping to the place. So he's actually moving correctly. It's just that the target is wrong. So it's just that he's taking... So this one minus this one is wrong. Why this one minus this one is wrong? If I take the X, I remove 2 meters. I make another vector. and I set it to this, right? How it can be? So let me remove the event tick 1 second. I just want to see if the flip-flop is working. So this will not move, okay? But I just want to see in the printout. So now is minus 810. Wait, let me do this like 2 seconds. And let me do the printout last thing. No, okay, if it's 2 seconds, I can read it. It's doing it every 2 seconds now. So it's 810, 410, 810, 410. You see? So it's actually, maybe you cannot see it, it's too small, but it's actually, you know, changing the X by 2 meters all the time, right? So if I set the position of that, set actor location, right? If I set the actor location to this, every 2 seconds, unfortunately this will be a teleport, okay, which is not what we want. But just to tell you that, just to show you that that is doing something, right? Every 2 seconds is moving between there and there. Wow, the engine is still keeping me on it, which is insane. So it's moving between there and there. So you see the 2 target locations are correct, right? Now the problem, so I'm going to disconnect this, right? So the problem is that here I'm saying, hey, at every tick take your current location, whatever it is. I think this minus is the shit. I think the minus is probably an issue. Holy fuck. He's always jumping to the space, to the infinity and beyond. No, there is some stupid stuff here that I don't get it. Okay, let me try to do it only with the X. Okay. So we take our current X and we do minus this X, and this is basically the distance between, right? The distance between the target, between myself and the target, right? Then I use the same why I multiply here? I should add, not multiply. I know I add here. Okay, adding here, multiplying here. Yes. So I multiply the X, right, by this. I multiply by this, so that this will basically go, thanks to this interpolation, right, from 0 to whatever. In this case, we'll go from 0 to 200, right? And so this will represent my new X. Now, in terms of Y and Z, I can use exactly the same. So I take my vector and I add this new X, while the X and Y can stay as they are, but I don't think that's making a difference. Fuck. So I'm basically only adding this value, right? And this value, I mean, I can check how much is this value. I can print out, you know, I can print out that value. But in theory, that value should be just the distance between me and the target. So I don't know, the theory is correct, but I'm doing something stupid and I'm messing up. So this x, right? This x, which is the one that I'm adding, should be... okay, now that we have all the printout, I think I can understand it. Wow! It's becoming an insane number. It's becoming an insane number. Why is becoming an insane number? If I multiply... location is different every time. You don't use the tick. I use the timeline on the tick. Ah, fuck, you are right. I'm using the timeline on the tick. But, no, but it's correct. No, wait. What? The timeline... I use the timeline on the tick, yes. Yes. I'm launching million timelines. I'm launching million timelines here. Yes. You're right. So what should we do? We should flip-flop, and then after the flip-flop, we go to the timeline. Yes. I think the previous graph was correct. But anyway. Where is my rock? No, it's becoming millions anyway. How can it become millions if I'm multiplying by... You know, fuck the target location, 1 second. I will just go plus 200, okay? Why that number is becoming infinite? I don't understand it. Why this number is becoming infinite? Yes, now is correct. Now is correct because I need to multiply 200. Now is right. But before I had one minus the other. Probably the difference between the vector was not working. Because now the numbers are okay. I don't see the thingy, but the numbers are okay. Where is my thingy? I have 10 seconds to reach it. Go! Now it's not going anywhere. Holy shit. I'm sent in space. Because I'm sent to 0. So this one should be multiplied by this, and my x should take this one plus... Sorry, I'm making a mess, boys. I know, I'm making a mess, but believe me, we will fix this now. Now is correct. Now is correct. Believe me. Okay, let's go in space again. You. No? Something happened. I jumped into space. I like this level anyway. It's weird enough. There is also an intersection. I didn't know that. Okay, so this number goes between, okay, this number goes between 0 and 200, okay? I'm taking the 0 and 200. This go from 0 to 200, okay? I'm taking the 0 from 0 to 200 and I'm adding it to my x, right? And then I don't know why I'm adding stuff again. And then I have no idea why I'm adding stuff again. But now it will work. You're close. And I know. Let's go into space again. 10 seconds. Basically, now every 2 seconds is adding 2 meters, I guess. To my current location, yes. Because it's not going back, you know? So now it's just adding 200, okay? So what I need target location to actually be a float for a second. I know, we changed the variable type, it becomes a mess, I know, but it's not a problem. And we will say 200 and minus 200, okay? And then we will do this. And then after having said that, instead of this, we take target location and we put it here. So we have the minus 200 plus 200, right? And so now it should go back and forth into here. Fuck. Doesn't like me. It really doesn't like me. This one is not important. It's not important anymore. Let's travel in space, boys. This is a spaceship. It's not a space rock. It's a spaceship. So it allows you to. Fuck. Ah, it's going back though. I mean, why 200? Why 200 is so much? It should be in centimeters. I don't get it. But anyway, it's moving. So why 200? Why 200 is not the right value? Why 200 is not the right value? I can do 20, but there is definitely something else that is fucked up. because 200 is the right value, it's in centimeters, so 200 is 2 meters. But yes, it's definitely fucked up. Oh, look at that thingy. Oh, look at the planets. I'm flying. Like the timeline is sticking that. Yeah, but the timeline, because it's every 2 seconds. Okay, because it doesn't reach it in 2 seconds. No, because the timeline executes in 1 second. I can do 5, but you know, the timeline. So the output of the timeline is a number between 0 and 1. Ah, fuck! But we have this. Wait. We have this, boys. We were rerunning the timeline. In addition to the timer. Ah, that was the mistake. Well, that was one of the many. But we were running, so basically there were two forces moving this magic rock. The timer and the timeline loop. I'm not going back. I'm not going back, boys. I'm not going back. Why? -20,000 -20. I mean, I went there once, but then never again. I think anyway that 2 seconds is perfectly fine. So we loop every 2 seconds and we do this. And then, because the timeline should finish in theory, right? If the timeline finishes, the timeline, how long is the timeline? The timeline should last 1 second. Yes, the timeline is lasting 1 second. So the duration of the timeline is 1 second. So it starts after 10 seconds. Now I have 2 meters. -200. 200. -200. 200. What the fuck? Oh my god. Ah, reset the timeline. Yeah, that's a good point. If you don't reset it... No. Play from start. Wait. Play from start. Play from start. The timeline... You can launch a timeline from the start or from the current position. And... I think that's also a problem. But still, I don't understand why I'm moving so much. Because I should be moving... okay, at least now the timeline is okay. Yes, he was played from the start. Okay, so now he's doing what we want. He's moving... The only problem is that he's moving not 2 meters, but he's moving something like 20 meters. I don't know. Right? I think so. I mean, it's moving so much. I'm only changing the X of my actor location. Right? And I'm printing this. Let me print the X of my final location. So this. I want to see how many things is moving. How many units is moving. Now we should print my location. So 96. Look, he's moving like a million. He's moving from 5 meters to 95 meters. So he's actually moving 90 meters all the time. And he's always going a bit further, by the way. We are always a bit farther than the thing. I don't know why. I don't know why. But yes, in the tick was a very bad idea. In the tick was a very bad idea. Okay, let's try to simplify this thing so that we can actually read it. So basically we have the flip-flop. We have the 2 meters. Right? We have the flip-flop. We have the 2 meters. Then we print this. Then we go inside the timeline from the start. I don't know exactly what is this new time, but I think if you want, you can start from, not from 0. But anyway, during the update, we take our current location. No, during the update, we take a number that goes from 0 to 1, and we multiply it by or 200 or minus 200. And so this number must be from 0 to 200, right? And then we add it to, our current location. That is probably the problem. That this location should be the initial location and not the current location. That is the issue, boys. We need to save the initial actor location. Otherwise, we are gonna fuck up. That's why we are traveling in time and space. It is why we are traveling in time and space, boys. So the initial location has to be set, boys. Otherwise, we are doing stupid things. Understand? And then when we are here, I do this, right? Do you believe? Do you believe in another bug? Or not? Do you believe in another bug? Huh? Ah, fuck. But then you start from... okay. So the... okay, so when finished... Okay. So it's okay. But when finished, it should reset the initial location. Otherwise, we are going to be GG'd a lot. So that at the next cycle, it will take the right X. And by the way, we can do all of that with vectors. So it can be... it can be something that is not the X. Okay, it's working. Okay, sorry, it took me a bit, boys. It took me a bit. But you know, it's the pressure of the stream. It's the pressure of streaming. But yes, it's actually working okay. And you know what? Even if I'm not on it, it moves anyway. So now, if you want to have a different movement, you know, you can do this. And you can... can you?
And there it is.
And there it is. So basically, if we change the curve now, it will swing a bit. You see? Yeah. So I will, you know, it will. So we can decide, you know, the way it moves. We can decide the way the curve moves. So it's like, hey, jump on me. Okay, I'm jumping, but please don't move weird. Okay. Zwip. 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 Okay, so we can have moving platforms, boys. That's the good news. Okay, we can have moving platforms, right? Maybe let me do because 200 is a bit little. Let me do 6 meters. 6. Meow. 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 He's moving a bit weird, but yeah, it's basically slowing down in the middle because I have that this thing, so he's slowing down here in the middle. But yes, we can you know, we can decide exactly the way we want it. So it will go farther, then come back, then go farther again. So it will go back and forth within the back and forth. So every cycle, it will go a bit back and forth. It will be like, I'm going, no, I'm going, no. Yes, like that. I'm going, no. Meow. Meow. So that's very annoying platform. Like you're saying, okay, I'm catching it, you know? Holy shit. This is so hard to jump on. I don't know when to jump. Now. No. Well, I can just walk on it when it's next to me. That's probably the easiest. But if you had to catch it like from here, imagine that you need to catch it from here. Right? And it's moving like that. It's like, okay, so that's an annoying platform. But you can just walk on it like this. Zwip. 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 Okay, but yeah, basically we can have... This is the most annoying movement I ever seen, by the way. A platformer. But I don't even know if I want to use this, but I'm just, you know, investigating on what we can have in this level. I'm just investigating what we want to have. Like, do we want, for example, rocks to just move and rotate? Because this thing can also rotate, obviously, huh? Now, the rotate, I'm gonna do it on the tick, though, right? Unless if there is a... Parabam pam pam pam. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum. I cannot rotate plus. No. Can we randomize? Can we randomize a number? Ba 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 bum. Bum bum. This thing is expressed in 180 minus 180, right? But I think I can random. Is starting from 0 or is starting from 1? No, it's starting from 0. So basically I want to randomize on which axis is gonna rotate. And then I want to randomize the amount. No, the amount, no. The amount we always do like 1 degree. We always do like 1 degree. Right? So we do 1 degree in whatever we do 1 degree in whatever axis, right? So sometimes it's rotating X, sometimes it's rotating Y, sometimes it's rotating Z. And then so it will be impossible to stay on top of it now, because it will continuously rotate. Why is it going back and forth continuously? At every tick is too much. Moving stuff seems so complicated. No, I think it's me that I'm making it too complicated. Why? I think I fucked up something. As usual. Yeah, he's rotating, but he's suffering a bit. Like, he's suffering a bit. And why is rotating always in the same axis, by the way? I don't understand. I add 1, so I randomize between 0 and 3. Based on the randomization, I get the current rotation and I add 1 degree to the X or the Y or the Z, right? And then I save it into my new rotation, and then I set the actual rotation to that. Maybe during the tick is too much. But it seems to I think during the tick is too much. I think he's doing like a full circle, all the stuff. Let me try to call this one. We are doing it every 2 seconds. Okay, let me do 5 degrees, so we should be definitely more visible. And let me do it every 2 seconds. So basically when the timeline is finished, we are gonna call this. So in initial 10 seconds it's gonna do nothing, but then when the movement starts, I can stay on top of it, but I think it will drop me down. But yeah, now it's doing it. Yeah, it's rotating. It's not smoothly rotating, but it's rotating. I think the tick is too much. I think we need to do the same thing. We need to do a timeline interpolation exactly the same way. I think. Okay, boys, I think I'm gonna go. Your task is to think to how to design this level, okay? So we need to think what we want to have. We may have moving platforms if we want. We may have places like this one which are making you go up. You need to enter from here, I guess. Yes. We can have particle effects. We can have... I don't know if I like the platform thingy anyway. I think the platform thing is kind of weird. I think we can use the movement just to have flying stones, like from left to right, from top to bottom, or flying thingies. Or we can have it just to give the sense that is slowly flying. So like instead of the X, you know, we will do the Z. And we will do a very small amount, and we will do it continuously, and it will be, I don't know, between, I think 50 centimeters is enough. So we will do something like 50 centimeters, and instead of the X we will do it on the Z. It will never work, huh? But then we need a kind of a smooth movement, you know? Yeah, something like that, but kind of random or continuous. And not always the same, right? So we should randomize slightly. So we can randomize slightly the movement, and it should be a bit more bouncy, you know. So the bounciness, I think the bounciness can be given by this, but also having it continuous. So we can actually have this one last, you know, 3 instead of 1, and we can add and we can add additional points, right? And right, and so this way we can make it bouncy somehow. Then we will need to have these things, yeah, break and try to make them smooth, but then we need the timing to be exactly the same time. So I think if this is lasting 3, then my timer should last 3 as well, right? So that is basically a continuous movement, and then we can add some fuzziness, you know, to the thing, so that it's not always identical. Sometimes it's going up and down, and you see, like this is like floating a bit. Now it should be maybe slower, right? So maybe instead of 3 seconds, it should be 5 seconds. But that's basically the idea. We fucked up something, but it's going down. Okay, boys, I think I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Yes, I will stream, most likely, if everything goes well. And I think we will I don't know if I want to continue on this or not, but because it seems that it's taking a bit too much time. But I think it's something that I want to make and plug it into the game. I think it would be best if someone else does it and not me. But at the moment I guess it's me, so I will do it. Because this is pure level design, you know, and pure level design, anyone can do it. Good night, boys. Where is my music? Well, we did some tests anyway. We find out a few things. We put the lights. We did some tests with the fog. So yeah, I think we have some. We have something. Bye bye. If you want to do it, I can give you the whole project. I mean, this separate project I can give you, is no problem. If you want to test, I can zip up, you know, this test. This is a separate test project. And just if you want to play with it, you know, you can. You can do it. Good night.